And for all of the work that he's done in model aviation and in full-size aviation, and what he's done for us here at RCACF, I want to present him with an award. The plaque reads, "Thank you, Don the Legend Lowe, for all you have done for full-scale and model aviation. Fly with the Legend, RCACF 2011. Thank you, Don."
I don't know what to say after that. But it's absolutely true that model aviation really gave me a career, and it also gave me a life right here. Excuse me. For 67 years. Now she's put up with me that long, I have no idea. And she's put up with the model airplanes, and I think she's just a wonderful person. This is my son, John. John is a very active modeler now, and he's having a lot of fun at it. He's been flying my Phoenix 7, I guess, until the firewall came loose. I can't believe we used to fly that fast, but gosh, airplane's going about 120 miles an hour. Hey, I don't want to delay you guys from going out and having fun and flying, but I don't know what it was about airplanes. I always was absolutely fascinated by anything that flew in the air, and that just led to building model airplanes, and then the rest of it, the career I had in the Air Force, learned to fly, and then the education, and the career as an aerospace engineer. And I got to work on some really interesting stuff there at Wright-Patterson. And the most challenging and most interesting was the UAV work we did. We called them RPVs back then, remotely piloted vehicles. They call them UAVs now. But anyhow, my objective on my project, well, let me tell you how it happened. I was working in the Department of Advanced Planning there at Wright-Patterson. And a guy came over one day from the Flight Dynamics Laboratory. He said, "Don, how would you like to run a project for the Flight Dynamics Laboratory to develop UAVs?" And I said, "What? Give me about a half a second to think about that." and I tell you, it was really a remarkable project because we did it in-house. I.e., we didn't write a contract and have a contractor do it, which is the usual way, of course. The Air Force and the Army and all that do their business. But we did it in-house because we had the facilities and we had the brain power and whatever there to do it. And boy, was that fun. And people used to come in my shop and see the stuff that we were building, and a lot of it, absolutely a lot of it, came out of model airplanes. Model airplane technology really made that program. And the guys I had working in that program, we had up to about 25 guys at one time. Most of them are modelers. Modelers have a really broad range of knowledge about things. If you don't have, you can't keep the things flying. You got to know how they tick and all that. But it was just a great and wonderful experience. But the culmination of that project was we hooked up with another group there at Wright-Patterson that were developing experimental seekers, which would terminally guide throwaway aircraft onto targets, military targets. And out of that relationship, we flew 8 projects against targets on the ground and hit every one of them with warheads. And it was really great. But the technology that we put into the airplane to make it work, I can show you this model here. This is just a sophisticated model airplane. We call this the XPQM-106. It had a military designation. And this was the design that we designed and built a lot of airplanes, but this is one that we took to that series of tests. And it has a fiberglass fuselage. We made the molds and everything just like you do for a model airplane. The wings with foam core, sheeted with epoxy, and had a spar tube, wing spar that came out here. And it was a great airplane. It weighed up to about 250 pounds with some of the tests. The nose was made so it'd come off, as you can see, and we could install a variety of different kinds of seekers and experimental equipment in there. And this airplane we recovered. We did a lot of flying where we simply made dives on target, and I was standing there and I hit a switch and then I had control to get it out of it. But we landed the thing on a skid on the belly, which you can see which is a wood skid, had a metal slipper on it. And the airplane would recover really nicely. But anyhow, loved this airplane, and I love the project we were able to do, and I'm certainly happy with the success we had with it. And as you know, UAVs now are just, everybody's doing UAVs. They found it's so much better to build something like this, which is very inexpensive compared to a manned airplane launching all kinds of weaponry, which they have. And you can do some tasks, and you just sit back and watch it do it. And you don't expose people to the danger of doing it. So it was a great project. If you want to know more about it, I'm going to shut up here and let you guys get back to your flying. I'll be happy to answer the questions you had. There are some pictures here showing some of the stuff that we did, some of the aircraft we developed. But the uniqueness about this airplane, except for being, an awful lot of model airplane technology in it, were those things we got under the wing. And to dive onto a target, instead of rolling to adjust the x-axis, you simply go on the airplane. And we discovered that it was not a new thing, but it was an adaptation of a technology that really fit the need. And it made this thing so accurate that the first time we dove on a target, it hit dead center in that target in a 20-mile-an-hour crosswind. And it was a very successful project. I'm really happy for it. Thanks so much.